Welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you step by step how to write a blog post on Wix. So if you've never used Wix before, I'm going to be introducing you on how to create a page and how to write a blog post for your website in this video. So let's get right into it. So the first thing you want to do is to go over to wix.com. Once you do that, you're going to be brought to this page here, and you can either get started or log in. You can click on get started if you don't have an account, so you would need to sign up with your email address. If you have an account, you can just go ahead and click on log in. The next step in the process is you're going to be redirected to this page here, where essentially you can begin the process of creating your site. So the first thing you want to do is to create a new site. Once you click on that, you're going to be brought to this page where you're going to have the option to bring your ideas to life with AI, or you can set up without chat. As of the time of recording this video, the AI feature is not that great, so I would not recommend it. So for this video, we're just going to click on setup without chat. And essentially, you're going to be redirected to the page here where you're going to need to choose what type of websites you want to create. Now, there are different options, as you can see here: an online store, portfolio, blog, consultant, etc. Since we are going to be writing a blog post, we're just going to click on blog here, which is the third option. Once we do that, you can see we have different templates, and if any of these templates align to your intended blog, you can just click on that. If you just want to be given different templates to choose from generally, you can just click on continue. Once you do that, you're going to be redirected to the dashboard. So we're just going to wait for that to load up, and the next interface you're going to see is this one, where essentially you're going to be asked what you would like to call your website. So this would be used to customize your online experience. So we're just going to click here and type in Miami blog. Once we do that, we can just click on continue. For the sake of this video, I would like to just make a simple blog and show you the step-by-step processes that you can do to get your blog started and published for your online audience. So you just want to click on continue here, and the next step is you're going to be asked what your goals are for this site. So since we are creating a blog on lifestyle or travel, I'm just going to click on share knowledge, build a community, and just explore, and click on continue. So for the next step, you're going to be given the options to create more functionality with different applications that Wix offers. So you can add your Instagram feed, which can display your pics and videos from Instagram. I'm just going to skip this process for now, just to keep things simple, but if that is something that appeals to you, you can go ahead and click on that. So we're just going to click on blog here that says write posts to drive traffic and share your ideas, and this is what we're going to be working with for the sake of the video. So if you scroll down, we also have other options and other applications like the online store, booking events, depending on what you are intending to write the blog for. You can just click any of this. For example, portfolio, where you can showcase your work, or if you offer an online program or it's a restaurant, stuff like that, you can click on any of this. But for the sake of our video, we're just gonna skip this options here and click on continue. So once you're done with that, you just want to click on continue to dashboard, and moving forward, you're going to be able to set up your different elements that would constitute the website that you're going to be building. So the next step is to choose the domain that you're going to be using. So as you can see, we have an option here, miamiinsider.blog. So I'm just going to keep this one and click on let's go here. So this is essentially the domain that we can use since it's available. I'm just going to click on that. So I'm going to come back to this later and show you how that works essentially, but let's move on to the next step. So once you've clicked on that, the next thing you want to do is to create your blog post. And yeah, I'm just going to click on create blog post, and essentially we're going to be shown here the different options that we could use to start our blog post. So you can see that you can either start writing your blog post afresh and including different elements as you go along, but to simplify things, I'm just going to use a template here that will help us create the perfect blog. So I'm just going to click on write with AI here, and here it says to describe the topic. So I'm just gonna write let's say top 5 restaurants in Miami as recommended by a local. Right, so let's just assume this is the topic of our blog post for the sake of this video. Once I do that, I'm just going to click on next. Now bear in mind, you can write your blog post here by adding the title and just writing it down if you already have the information written. But if you're just trying to get the idea of how this works, then using the AI tool might be a good option for you. So I'm just going to click on next here after inserting the topic. So let's move forward. So here we have the word count 500 to 1,000. Yeah, let's just keep it at that. And for the tone of voice, I'm gonna click on casual, so it sounds a bit, informal. And for the number of images, let's just click on 3 here. You have the option to add more preferences as per your liking. We're just gonna skip that and click on next. So once you do that, you're going to be given a couple of options, and let's just say where the locals eat, 5 under the radar Miami restaurants you have to try. Let's go with that one and create post. So we're just going to wait for the AI feature to generate the post that we're going to be working with. And essentially, once that's done, you're going to have the option and the possibility to customize the title, to customize the wording of the blog post as well, and to adjust and create and change things to your taste. So once that's done, I'm going to also show you the different settings that we can work with. First of all, on the left, you can see we have settings, SEO, monetize, translate, apps. In a second, I'm going to be showing you how some of these tools work, right? So now we have our blog post written beautifully, as you can see here. You can click on it and make changes, and also, as you can see, the pictures have been included beautifully to this blog post. So essentially what we can do now is to basically just click on publish, and our blog post is ready to go. So once you do that, you can see that your blog post has been published, and you can either view this post on your blog, share your post on social media, or promote your post in an email campaign. Now bear in mind, you can also make modifications to this post. I'm just going to click on maybe later here. Right, so moving forward, click on home. Once we do that, the next step is to go over to design site. So I'm just going to click on design site here, and here you're going to have the option of either generating a design or picking a template. So For the sake of this video, I'm just gonna go with pick a template because the AI tool is not something that I'm a big fan of, as I've tried it and the results are not that great as of 2025. So I'm just gonna go with pick a template for our site where our blog is going to be included. And as you can see, we have different options that we can use for our website where our blog is going to be included in. So I'm just gonna go with let's see, I'm just gonna scroll a little bit down here. So this one looks good, so I'm just gonna click on edit here. You can also click on view to take a closer look, but I'm just gonna click on edit. This looks good. So once I click on that, you are going to be redirected to the templates page. So we're just gonna wait for that to load up. And once that's done, you can go ahead and begin to make changes to your website and also add your blog post to it. So let's just wait for that to load up. And there are different modifications you can make depending on what your content is centered around. So we're just going to be exploring some of the tools and some of the ways that we can go about that. So we're just going to wait for that to load up. And once that's done, we can move on to the next step. Right. So as you can see, our blog has been created. And essentially, if you take a look on the left hand side of your screen, you can see we have different options that we can modify. And also I'm going to be showing you how you can include the blog to your website that we have just created. Right. So essentially here you're going to be prompted to add some details about your site. As we already know, this is a blog and the name of the site is Miami blog. You can generate the site text, but I'm just going to show you how to do that manually because I think it's much more personalized if you do that. So the first tool I'm going to be showing you is the zoom in and out tool. Now this is very helpful because you can get a closer view of each of the sections of the websites, and you can also zoom out. Right, essentially, so the first thing you want to do is to just scroll down and just take a look at generally how the site looks. Now, as you can see, your blog post that we wrote earlier has been inserted to the section of the website. Now, essentially, the way Wix works is you can basically click on a feature that you want to modify. So, for example, we're just going to click on this and name it Miami blog. Right. So also you can change the fonts, the font size as well. In order to do that, you can just highlight it and just increase it, but you want to be very careful with the modifications that you make, just so it doesn't look very different from the template. And we just want to keep things clean and very simple. So once you do that, you can just close this, and every title, every sentence you have on each section is modifiable by just clicking on it and clicking on edit text, and you can go ahead and make modifications. You can add effects, etc. So this is the first section. Essentially, you also have in the top left corner the view on your desktop and on your mobile. So I'm gonna touch on that a little bit later. So the next thing you want to do is to go ahead and click on the pages and menu here on the left hand side of your screen, and as you can see, we have different options that are on the page of our websites, like our home, about, travel, it, relax, and videos. So if you click on each of these sections, you can move them up and down, as you can see, and right here it's going to change automatically. So as you can see, as one of the options for our site here, we don't have blog. So if I want to include that, I can just click on the three dots here and click on show in menu. And as you can see, this has been included to our website. So I can also go ahead and click on settings, and essentially I can make some changes like hide or include it, and you can do that for each of these other options on your home page as well. Also, you can have the option to delete an element if you don't want it on your page. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete videos, and as you can see, that has disappeared. All right, so the next thing you want to do is to go over to blog pages here and click on post. Once you do that, the blog that we have written earlier will appear, and you can either sort of like make changes to that here. So essentially you can click on it, and once you do that, you can click on settings, and on clicking settings, essentially you're going to have the option to make modifications to the display, what shows on your post. So if you don't want your name to be written, you can turn that off, but essentially you would want to keep that on. Also, you can mess around with the design, the text, and the color, but for the sake of this video, we're just gonna leave that quite simple and not make too many changes. So this is the blog page on your website, and your viewers can access it by clicking on blog here, and you on the back end can make changes by clicking on pages and menu and just going over to blog and make the modifications as per your liking. So I'm just going to go back to the home page that we have here. So I'm just going to click on site menu and go over to home. So you also have the option to add other elements to your website. So for example, as you can see, our blog post is right here. So if you want to delete a section of the website, maybe you don't like something, all you need to do is to just go ahead and go over to that particular section, and you can click on quick edit. Once you do that, you can sort of like modify the features. You can change the images as well by clicking on change. Once you click on that, you're gonna have the option to either upload your own pictures, maybe from your computer, or you can just go ahead and click on media from WIX, and for example, I could just type in logo, click on search, and I can just add a shape here to the page as per your liking. And also you should bear in mind that you can also do that for images as well. And bear in mind, you can also add multiple blogs to your website. So you're just going to click here on manage posts. If for example you want to add another blog to your website, and we're just going to wait for that to load up. Right, so once that loads up, you can go ahead and click on create new post. So for example, we're just going to click on create new post here. And just like we did before, you can go ahead and write it from scratch, or you can use an AI tool by clicking on this, and you should be able to generate another full-length blog post as we did before. So for the sake of this video, since we already did one, we're just gonna leave that out. Yeah, so essentially you have your website and your blog post. The next thing you want to do is to click on preview. And this is going to give you just an overview of your blog that you've written on your website, and essentially you can take a look at generally how it looks. As you can see, we have the blog just right under here on the site. We have it here as well, and we have it here. So essentially, the more blogs you write, you can include them in different parts of the website and just make some changes. If you click on blog here, this is where the main page of the blog is going to be at. So the next thing you want to do is to click on, just go back to the editor and click on save. Once you click on save, you can get a free Wix domain, or you can connect to your own customized domain if you have one. So for the sake of this video, we're just going to click on save and continue. And right, and also we're just going to click on publish now. And essentially your website will be published, so you can go ahead and view the site. So that's just going to open up on a different tab. So essentially your website has been created. This is our blog that we have written. We also have it here and here as well. And remember, you can move things around as per your liking. So yeah, so basically that is how you write a blog on Wix. Let me know in the comments if this video helped you. Thank you for watching.